Just as we look at the issue of advertising, and you talk about wanting to challenge that, right? I immediately think about just how big of a space that has certainly become and boomed. You know, the visibility in sporting codes, for instance, and you think the removal of that would have a negative impact on the codes that one would argue might have actually become really reliant on these betting organizations and companies.
So that's why we are not calling for an outright ban as Rise Mzansi.
Yeah.
We are working closely with the industry, the advertising industry, but also operators in the gambling space to say, let's tone down, let's reduce the number of adverts that are going out, because we are very mindful or we understand that at the current moment you've got the advertising industry that people that are in the advertising industry you know getting some business from the gambling, but also the media, whether it's radio and TV. So we are not calling for an outright ban, but we want to moderate the advertising, the times that they advertise, so that we protect the children and the most vulnerable. So one of the things that we can learn, for instance, from the alcohol industry, they are not allowed to advertise just 24/7. Like there are times that they can't advertise, and that's the kind of model that we are selling to the gambling industry, to say, let's learn from what's happening in the alcohol industry, so that we align the times appropriately, and we don't have a situation where you wake up at 6 o'clock, you just listen to the first news bulletin of the day, and what comes after that, it's advertising for gambling. We can't have that. There's no country that has ever gambled its way to prosperity. So let's not overly celebrate the crisis of gambling. It's the same thing with the alcohol. So that's where we are going. We are not at the tobacco level, but if there's no appetite from the industry to tone down and moderate their advertising, then we might be left with no choice but to advocate for an outright ban.